Yeah.
Good morning, class and Ms. Matthews. Today we will be giving a lesson to you about The Rose That Grew from Concrete, which is a poem written by Tupac Shakur. So this lesson is brought to you by Leroy and myself. But before we start with our lesson, we would like to ask, when you think Tupac Shakur, what first comes to your mind? Jerome?
The West in the East Coast beef.
Nathan?
Rapper.
Ishan?
Also an artist.
Kala? Okay. So these are very interesting ideas about Tupac. So I hope after this lesson you will have a different perspective about him. So in this lesson we aim to educate you, our peers, about Tupac Shakur, but with a special focus on his poetry. The poem we will look at today is called The Rose That Grew from Concrete. The lesson will focus on the following: who was Tupac Shakur, trivia about his poetry, interesting facts about Tupac, The Rose That Grew from the Concrete, which is the poem we will teach today, interpretation of poem, importance of poem, and analysis, and then the lesson end.
So now we'll talk about Tupac's biography. So first of all, Tupac was born in the same parish crooks, who is now regarded Tupac Shakur, aka Machiavelli or Tupac, who was born on the 16th of June 1971 in Harlem, New York, USA. He was assassinated on the 13th of September 1996 in Los Angeles, California, and he's an American rapper, singer, songwriter, actor, who is now considered to be one of the greatest rappers of all time. He moved from Harlem to LA in 1988. He released his first album, Tupacalypse Now, in 1991, and became a central figure in the West Coast hip-hop, making aware of common social issues in his genre. He achieved critical and commercial success with the follow-up of his albums such as My Niggas and Me Against the World in 1995. He experienced several legal troubles, from robberies to shootings, and even with his involvement in the East Coast West Coast hip-hop disputes. In 1996, he was murdered, and then years after, 5 of his albums had been released. He has sold over 75 million albums to this day, and even in death, Tupac is still recognized as an icon symbolizing the noble struggle. He is also respected for development of West Coast rap, regardless that he is from the East Coast.
Okay, so yeah, question.
Okay. So we'll ask questions on Tupac's biography. So first of all, can you list the albums Tupac released that I just mentioned now?
Apocalypse, Nemo,
Can you list them? Is that all Tupac?
Apocalypse, and My Niggas, and Me Against the World.
Okay, Tao.
I can't recall now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna put some people.
No, I mean, I just didn't go to handouts. Thank you.
Yeah, so Angelica, could you also list some facts about Tupac? Like, where was he born? I'm asking this to see me actually listen to what I was presenting. So.
He was born in Harlem, in New York City.
So, how many albums has he sold throughout?
75 million.
And who was Tupac's rival throughout his hip hop life? Most should know.
Biggie.
Can you please clap for everyone that answered?
Wait, I never
Okay, so let's go to trivia. Type of poetry known for lyric poetry and elegy poems. His main themes: love, racism, poetry, money, poetic style, street poetry, motivation. The poems that he made were mostly inspired by the issues he realized in society, such as poverty and crime. And the words that describe his poetry best are that they are relatable, religious, influential, and imaginative.
Okay, now move on to interesting facts about Tupac. Tupac was shot dead by a drive-by in Los Angeles on the 13th of September 1996. At this age, he was 25 years old. And also, Tupac was born in Harlem, so after that he moved to Baltimore. This is where he studied Shakespeare at the Baltimore School of the Arts. Although, as we know, Tupac was born in the same parish crooks, but later his mom renamed him Tupac Shakur, which is the name of a Peruvian Incan ruler who was known for his resistance against the Spaniards during their rule in Peru. And Tupac's parents are a controversy as both his parents were active members of the Black Panther Party.
Okay, so now we have finally gotten to the poem. Can you all see? Or is there an issue? Okay, so the rose that grew from concrete. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete? Proving nature's laws wrong, it learned to walk without having feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from concrete, when no one else ever cared.
So before we show a video analysis, do you guys understand what's being conveyed here on the board? I know it's quite short, but it's worth a lot of message, so you guys can understand. Okay, but we'll show a video analysis now. So
Now, how do I take it?
That grew from the concrete by Tupac Shakur. Did you hear about the rose that grew from the crack in the concrete? Proving nature's laws wrong. It learned to walk without having feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from the concrete when no one else ever cared. So let's have a little bit of analysis of this poem. It's short and sweet, but it's chock full of things that good metaphors, personification, things we can look at and help understand. So, in the beginning he says, did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete? He's compared himself to a rose. And this concrete is the harsh world of growing up. That is the crack in the concrete. So think about this for a second. He's using the rose and the concrete as a metaphor. You could also say he's using personification to give the rose human characteristic. Now, the concrete is a metaphor again for the harsh, poor neighborhoods that he grew up in, and again, if we're applying this to anything, we're talking about anyone that's kind of not had the best environment. It doesn't matter if it's concrete of an urban to being poor farm kind of town to trailer park. The whole idea is the crack in the concrete is this kind of harsh way of growing up, this harsh place. So, proving nature's law wrong, it learned to walk without having feet. In other words, he's saying the rose himself, or again, apply it to anybody, they didn't have support yet. He was able to grow into something amazing. Okay? Even though the environment of no support was against him, Tupac, again, the rose, grew up to be an amazing and successful person. It really wouldn't be until he was an adult that he would have a good relationship with his mother. When he was young, she was addicted to drugs, and Tupac had to kind of take care of himself. As the poem says, he had to learn to walk without having feet. So in other words, he had to kind of help raise himself and to do things for himself because his mother at that time wasn't there. Now, they of course would one day have a good relationship, but especially for the point's sake and where he's coming from in this, is that because of his mom's addiction, he was having to do these things on his own. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. By believing in his dreams, which also means himself, he was able not only to survive, but more importantly, to thrive, to do well, by kind of holding on to these dreams, this idea of autonomy. And he learned to breathe this fresh air. And again, despite the hardships of growing up, Tupac Shakur would have a successful career as a music artist and actor. He stuck to his dreams of being an artist and made them come true. Again, this whole idea of learning to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from the concrete when no one else ever cared. He's urging the rose to live a long life, even without the support of growing up. So he's saying, okay, you've come this far, okay? You've come this far, make sure you do it right. Make sure you live this long life. You know, even if you didn't have the support, you know, you don't forget where you came from, but at the same time, you've got to kind of move on and achieve these dreams. Tupac is saying that he's also doing this when, you know, statistically, and if you look around at probably attitudes that people have, that this is something they didn't think he would be able to do. To basically live a long and successful, and to an extent, fulfilling life. And, you know, again, that's not an easy thing to do when you come from a harsh environment. So, long live the rose.
Okay, I think that's enough of the video. So can we carry on?
Is that grew from?
So
So,
now,
okay.
just summarizing the poem. So the poem basically talks about Tupac's life, his childhood, and his rise to fame. Tupac is the rose in this poem. And as Tupac was born in Harlem, you could say that where he grew up, the hood or the ghettos is what the concrete is. Concrete refers to these neglected areas where Tupac came from. Yeah.
Okay, so the importance of the poem is about reaching our goals in life despite the hardships and conflicts that we are faced with on the way. The poem is highly inspirational and motivating readers to focus and realize their dreams to make them come true. The poem is the most iconic of all the poems that Tupac has made because of the emphasis it has on real life struggles that lots of people like him can relate to. The poem was created to boost the morale of the downtrodden and oppressed youth of our society who do not think that they can overcome the harshness of their environment. The poem also shows us that beautiful things can emerge even in a negative situation. It shows that resilience can make one attain positive results out of seemingly opposing surrounding one can be found in.
So now we'll do an analysis. So there are many symbols in the poem. So in order, like symbolism is an artistic expression used in poetry to express mystical ideas, emotions, and states of mind. In the poem, the rose of the concrete is about a rose that grows from a crack in the concrete. Tupac uses symbolism of concrete, which symbolizes the ghetto in which he belonged, and the poem therefore symbolizes the poet's own life. So with metaphors, a metaphor is a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object to which it is not literally applicable. In this poem, the rose is a metaphor of the poet himself, who is able to come out of the ghetto and make something out of it.
So then there are two other literary devices here, the alliteration and the personification. So we know that alliteration is the repetition of the same sounds or the same kind of sounds at the beginning of words or stressed syllables. The examples of alliteration in the poem are crack in the concrete, long live, CCLL. So personification is the figure of speech where the abstract ideas are represented in human form. Examples from the poem are walk, dreams, breathe, which are all associated with the rose, but obviously a rose cannot do these things. So now we'd like to ask a few quick questions. Tawa, what does the rose symbolize?
The rose symbolizes Tupac himself.
Okay, Ahmad, what is the concrete?
I said the harsh, poor neighborhoods.
Okay, there can also be another meaning for the concrete. A crack in the concrete. What does that symbolize? Okay, one can say that the crack in the concrete is like an opportunity that you took. And then, Chloe, what are the 4 types of literary devices found in this poem?
Alliteration, metaphor, personification.
Hard crowd. Tegan, what is the overall message of the poem?
It's saying that despite where you come from, like maybe you had a rough start in the beginning of your life, you can still achieve your dreams later in your life if you work for it.
Can we please clap for all the people that answered? Okay, lines 1 to 2. In the first line, the poem raises a rhetorical question. Did you hear about the rose? Which creates an image in the reader's mind about a rose plant that grew from a crack in the concrete. Concrete is used in buildings and is very hard, cannot be easily broken down. In this poem, concrete symbolizes ghetto or the slum area, which happened to be occupied by the poor section of people with crime and other bad things. Cracks could be the opportunity. Jeremy was on the board, I mean, come on, man. Crack. Okay, which is available to all but difficult to find in harsh situations.
So, line 3 to 4 says, proving nature's laws wrong, it learned to work without our own feet. Basically, what this means is that although the rose defied what was expected from it, as a rose needs several things in order to survive, like soil, water, sunlight, and fresh air. But in this case, the rose went against all odds and was so strong that it emerged from the concrete. As Tupac is the rose in this poem, Tupac came from a very poor neighborhood. One would generally think that because he came there, he would stay poor. But instead, he overcame these circumstances and became famous and wealthy.
Okay, line 5 to 6. The poem says that the success of the rose was symbolically his own success in coming out of ghetto areas would seem to be funny, but because its dreams were high and its determination was firm and strong, it learned to breathe fresh air. The line means that the big dreams always seem funny, but with determination, these turn out into more of a reality in the end than a joke.
And then line 7 to 8, here it says, long live the rose that grew from concrete, where no one else ever cared. Basically, Tupac applauds or congratulates himself as he was able to live through all this harsh stuff he went through. And because during that time no one was able to help him, it's a great achievement he's made.
Okay, so lesson end, ladies and gentlemen, from what we have learned, we should all know by now that Tupac Shakur was more than just a rapper who engaged in gang activities and gang-related violence and conflicts with his counterparts in the industry. Tupac was also a poet with lots of emotions and different relatable views on life. Instead of the common perception we have of him, with this lesson we can come to appreciate that he was a rather dynamic character with more than just bad characteristics. Any questions?
Then I guess that concludes our lesson.
These are our references,
And then we'll answer the questions.
activities. So there is some incentive with this part. So number one, if you have the most answers, you can choose any item from the talk shop, no more than 20 rand. Fair. Okay. Number two, I'm not sure. Is it sugar puffs, those colorful puffs there. And then number 3, a Kit Kat.
Okay, so basically like the prizes we get. Okay, number 1 is for the most questions, for the most correct questions answered. Number 2 just like second place, and number 3 is third place. So like that. So I guess like we'll answer the questions already. So firstly, question number 1. So question number 1 says, the rose that you from concrete is not actually talking about the rose flower and the concrete. What is the poem symbolizing? Refer closer to the words rose and concrete.
Basically the symbolism in the poem is, it's basically Tupac's life. He is the rose, and the concrete is his background, where he came from, and the poem is basically about beating all odds, like his mother being an addict, and he grew up and he thrived through all of this.
Okay, that's correct, but you could say that the rose just really symbolizes Tupac himself, and concrete symbolizes the ghettos of the world. But you were correct, bro. So I guess that's 1 point. Question 2, what is the poem about? Just showing me.
Yeah, it's about Tupac.
Okay, good day.
Yeah.
It's about how he went from the ghetto to becoming a famous artist.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
That's
Yeah, I think that's right. That's good.
Okay, question 3. A metaphor is used when we're getting to the end of the poem. What type of metaphor is this, and explain it? Oof. Anyone? Should I pick?
Jerome.
Yeah, I buy my own stuff at the back. It's fine.
Angelica, do you have any?
I'm thinking metaphor is the first line, which is about the rose, the moving, cracking concrete.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you said explain it,
It's
so.
like the whole poem in general is a metaphor, not just a specific line. But
Okay.
like, could you explain it in time?
Is it extended metaphor? Basically, he hasn't stopped. It's continuing on from the first metaphor that he uses, comparing himself to the rose. He continues in this metaphor throughout the entire poem.
That should be right, yeah. Okay, question number 4. This is easy. Who's the speaker?
Tupac.
And then question number 5. Why does the speaker feel compelled to speak at this moment?
Because he's achieved quite a bit instead of his upbringing.
And then question 6. Discuss the structure of the poem that includes its form, rhyme scheme, etc.
The poem is mostly structured in 3 verses. There is no apparent rhyme scheme.
That's correct.
And how many lines is it?
I believe it's 8.
Okay.
Okay, question 7. Consider the verbs, subjects, and objects of each statement. What do these elements tell us about the speaker? Should I pick someone?
Jaden.
No.
Nikita. Someone has to answer. Family. Yes, sir. Okay, Tupac uses certain grammar, and the trait marks the number 2 as his rap name, Tupac. He gives a mindset of how he trademarks his number 2, because in the poem there's a lot of number 2s, because his rap named Tupac, and he does this as to give a mindset of how he processes information and conveys it.
So then the last question, what is the theme of the rose that grew from concrete? I think Nathan put his hand up first.
The theme would be about Tupac and how he came from being a boy with no support to actually a successful man later on in his life.
Okay, could you use one word?
Growing up.
I think one word. This is one word.
Maturity.
Okay, that's okay.
Thriving,
Thriving.
growing, self-growth.
Upwards.
Prosperity.
Okay, yeah, that.
I was gonna say independence.
Independence. Student.
Aging.
Okay. And you guys?
Wait, can it also be hope in a way?
Yes. So we got it right.
I believe everyone got it right. Okay, thank you for your time.